The first thing Captain Elias Novak noticed when he stepped onto Europa Station was the silence. Not the expected hum of life support systems, not the chatter of engineers, not even the distant rumble of the ice beneath the outpost shifting under Jupiter's gravity. Just silence. The station's crew, all 12 of them, were missing. Novak tapped his helmet. "Control, this is Novak. I've breached the main airlock. No sign of the crew." Static. Then, "Not alone." Novak froze. "Control, say again?" Silence. He exhaled, gripping his sidearm, and moved deeper into the facility. The hallways were pristine. No signs of a struggle, no blood, no bodies, just empty workstations, flickering monitors, and the constant feeling that something, was watching. Then he saw it. A figure, just at the edge of the hallway, barely visible against the sterile white walls. Novak raised his weapon. "Identify yourself!" No response. The figure didn't move, didn't breathe. Novak took a slow step forward, and then the lights flickered. In that split second of darkness, the figure shifted. Closer. The lights came back, and the hallway was empty. Novak's pulse pounded in his ears. He backed toward the command center, footsteps echoing in the void. And then the monitors came alive. Lines of text scrolled across the screens, typed by unseen hands. "We never left. We never died. You brought us back." A whisper brushed against Novak's ear, impossible through the helmet. "Run!" The lights flickered again, and this time they didn't come back on. The star HD 937 had been shining for over 5 billion years. Then, one night, it disappeared. Dr. Elias Moreau stared at the telescope data, his fingers trembling. A star couldn't just vanish. It should go supernova, collapse into a black hole, or fade over eons. But HD 937 was simply gone, like someone had erased it. "No gravitational distortion," whispered his assistant, Mira. "No debris, no energy signature." It was as if the star had never existed at all. Moreau pulled up old sky survey images. The records still showed HD 937, its bright light a constant in the void. But when he refreshed the database, the records changed. HD 937 wasn't just missing from the sky. It was missing from history. Every file, every observation, every mention of the star, gone. As if the universe itself had rewritten reality. Mira's voice was unsteady. "If we hadn't been watching, we'd never have known it was there." Moreau's breath hitched. How many times had this already happened? How many stars had vanished before, without anyone noticing? A new alert flashed on the monitor. HD 1061- disappeared. Another one. Then another. And another. Moreau's screen flickered. His ears rang with a soundless hum, a pressure in his skull, as if something was watching, or correcting. He turned to Mira, but she was gone. Her chair was empty. The name Mira Patel no longer appeared in the system. He reached for his own personnel file, hands shaking. The screen blinked. Elias Moreau. Error. File not found. And then, in the sky above, another star winked out. The USS Callisto had been lost for 10 years. Until today. Commander Ren Nakamura stood on the bridge of the rescue vessel Artemis, staring at the impossible sight on his monitor. Callisto drifted through the void, intact, undamaged, just as it had been the day it disappeared. It had sent no distress signals, no sign of life. Until now. Docking was easy. Too easy. The airlock hissed open, and Nakamura stepped inside, weapon drawn. The ship was silent, its corridors frozen in time. Half-eaten meals still sat on tables, coffee mugs untouched. But there were no bodies, no sign of struggle. Then, in the control room, a single figure stood. Captain Elias Voss. He looked exactly the same as the day he vanished. Unchanged. Unaged. Nakamura's throat tightened. "Captain." What happened here? Voss turned slowly. His expression was blank, his eyes too dark, too deep. I don't remember. A shiver ran down Nakamura's spine. He activated his communicator. Medical team, I have… Static. The ship's lights flickered. A whisper, low and crawling, slithered through the walls. Voss smiled. I don't remember, he repeated, stepping closer. But I think… Nakamura gripped his weapon. Think what? Voss's smile widened too far. I think I was never alone. And in the reflection of the control panel, Nakamura saw them, dozens of figures, featureless and watching. Standing right behind him,